Hello, this is my Comp49911 Phono project. For this project, I attempted to design a project similar to a clone of the Tinder dating application. For my project, I optimized it for making friends. Rather than being a dating app, you can call this application Friender. And if you're unfamiliar with Tinder, there are a few key features. For one, users get to make their own profiles. They get to add photos of themselves. They get to write up a little bio kind of explaining just whatever they want. Some people might say what they're interested in. Some people might just add something for humor. Then you'd also specify your location. This one thing with this application is it became quite difficult to be able to identify the user's location from a mobile device. And then, of course, there's the aspect of sending messages. Now, I will mention that I spent many an hour working on getting messages to work, and I had some luck. I will pull up this application called Firebase. I had some code written where I was able to get I had some code written where I was able to type a message from my phone into and send it to this database, but I was not able to get it to display on the phone or receive messages, which is why that one is not available on my final project. Which is why I am not sending the code for that. But you can see, for example, that there have been messages that have been sent. So there's send data, then there's the username of the user who sent it, and then the message time represented as a long. But now to give a little bit of an overview. I'll zoom in on this. So we started by... So one key thing. There are two sides of this application. There is the client. There is the Android device, and there is also a separate code system available on my local PC. For the most part, there is some transfer of data back and forth using TCP, but for the most part, the Android is the client. Android phone is the client, and the PC is the server. I even called my file Android server. And this is basically runs through the following sequence of operations. First, we declare the server, and when the app starts, the user needs to insert their email as a unique identifier. And from there, this email is going to get sent to our server, where through the TCP protocol, and I'm using socket programming in Java to achieve this, and it is going to verify that this email is unique, and then it is going to take the user to different points of the application depending on that. If the user, and also it will, when it is checking through the emails, it will be able to identify whether a user with that given email already exists. If it does, then it's going to take them to the profiles portion of our application. If not, it is going to get them to, by profiles here I mean like it's going to list to a bunch of existing profiles, but otherwise it's going to get the user to create their own profile. And then after that, it is going to, the user will make their own profile data. The data from that will get sent to the server, and to the Android server, and then the server is going to process through everything. The user may add a photo if they would like to their profile. The Android server is going to process everything. It is going to store the information locally and then read the information from the public information from other users onto the profiles grid, which we will show in a bit. Now, one thing, I have been able to get picture uploading working, but I have not gotten to the point yet where I was able to show photos from within the listing of profiles. The files here do specify the file paths of the photos where they were originally stored on Android, but I have not gotten into rendering them within the application. That proved to be more difficult than I would have liked. But without further ado, let us start. We'll start by running our we have our server running now. We've declared our server socket, and we're going to